You're skeptic about this, but you have some wonderful personal story and how you actually were able to lose some weight through isagenic system. Can you share that with us?
Sure, I would love to. I was your typical skeptical doctor. I never looked at any of these things for some very good reasons. Number one, I got a 2-week course in medical school on nutrition, learned what the vitamins were, what the minerals were, and how to spot deficiencies. And I'm still looking for a patient with scurvy. Haven't found one. But then I'm out there, the expert, and patients are waving these products under my nose, and I would go, don't do that. For 2 very good reasons. Number one, I knew nothing about it, and I didn't have time to learn about it. And number 2, I was afraid if I told them to go ahead and do it without knowing about it, and they had a problem, they would sue me. So I would always say no. The only reason that I took a look at Isagenix products is one of my patients took a 9-day system against my medical advice and lost 16 pounds in 9 days. Now that sounds very good to all of you, and it sounds pretty good to me right now too, but at the time I thought for sure he was taking something dangerous. That's the only reason I took a look. So I'm looking for the thermogenics, I'm looking for the stimulants, the diuretics, the laxatives, and I couldn't even find caffeine. Now I'm really suspicious that Isagenix is hiding something illicit in the products. So I proceeded to do extensive due diligence, couldn't really find anything wrong, so I had to put it to the test. And how does a skeptical doctor put it to the test? He does a clinical trial on himself, of course. So I did that, and within 9 days after being stuck on my current diet, I forgot to add I've been obese, not obese, overweight, the majority of my adult life. And you name the diet I've been on, including the liquid ones. I've always lost weight, but I've always hit a sticking point. And I had a 3-month sticking point on a popular diet I was following. I was sure Isagenix was a fraud, so I was going to put the test on myself. And I did the 9-day system. Of course, I didn't get a president's pack. I just wanted to prove that it was not going to work. I did the 9-day system, and after being stuck on a previous diet, I lost 12 pounds in 9 days. Now, I also did some other things, including lab work, electrocardiograms, to prove that it was harmful to me. I repeated this at the end of 9 days, and I'm not at liberty to tell you what the results were. Let's just say it got my attention. And I thought it was a lab error, and I continued a 30-day system for the next 30 days, and repeated some lab work after that, and somehow, some way, I seemed to misplace my metabolic syndrome. I don't know where it went, I maybe left it in the sock drawer, but I misplaced it. Now, my experience with patients, I had 2 morbidly obese nurses, a husband and a wife, and they were watching the change in me, and they said, we want to do this, we want to do this. I said, look, I don't know if it's safe yet. I'm still testing it. At this point, 30 days have gone by, I lost 41 pounds, 4 pant sizes. I had energy through the roof. I'm sleeping like a baby, and for some reason, my wife's asking me why I'm in such a good mood. Now, the 2 nurses wanted to do this, so I include them in the clinical trial, husband and wife. At the end of 8 months, the husband loses 122 pounds, and his wife loses 85 pounds and 97 total inches. I'm still not convinced. Until one day, I was doing a clinical trial, and a patient of mine came in for a diabetic study, did not qualify because her blood sugar was too high. She was 140 pounds overweight. And I said, here I am about to hand you another Band-Aid when we should be discussing your primary problem, the fact that you're 140 pounds overweight. And she starts crying and tells me all the different diets she's been on. And I said, look, I have found something I am sure will help you, but I have a dilemma. Because if I share this with you, I would be compensated by the company, and I feel that that is unethical. Well, she looked me right in the eye, and she said, wait a minute. Every time I walk into this office, you are compensated, and look at me, I'm a mess. Now that you say you have something you know will help me, you have an ethical dilemma? So from that point on, I began sharing Isagenix with patients, other physicians. My family takes it, my adult children take it. I feel comfortable for my 2 grandchildren to take certain of these products. As a doctor, I can give you no better recommendation than that. You know, doctors are afraid of 3 things, really. They're afraid of peer scrutiny, they're afraid of lawsuit, and they're afraid of not being perceived as professional. Okay, so just think about it. They haven't been educated on nutrition. Yeah.
It's not quite true. I had 45 minutes.
Thank you for that. But just to dovetail on what Dr. Harper was saying, it's just been released in the next 10 years. We're going to be 50,000 primary care doctors short for the needs of this country. Couple that with the new healthcare reform that's going to be flooding patients in. Dealing with obesity for that crop of doctors is going to be like bringing a knife to a gunfight. So what do I think needs to happen? I think doctors need to partner with their patients. They need to empower their patients to take responsibility and control for their own health. There's no doubt in my mind that Isagenix products belong in every doctor's office, but it's been a process for me. They belong in every doctor's office, and they need to be offered as a simple, comprehensive solution to weight management for patients that have obesity, because it will exert a lifestyle change and it's easy to adhere to. This being said, it will be a process to get physicians to accept this. And I also believe what's essential, if we really want to make an impact on the masses, we start in the doctor's office. We get the doctor educated on Isagenix. We get the doctor taking Isagenix. We get his staff doing it. And then we bring the Isagenix culture into that doctor's office, where it starts flowing out into the patients, the families. That will make a difference.
Yeah. Man, you know, I just recently saw information that by 2025, 1 out of 5 was going to be over 65. And so, I mean, Isagenix system is going to be making more sense for us. But Dr. Messina, why should they stay on Isagenix system?
I am a baby boomer, and looking ahead, I don't see myself riding comfortably in a jazzy into the sunset. I want to be active, and I think the majority of baby boomers do. And we have to start taking responsibility for that. Isagenix systems with product B give our body everything it needs on a cellular level, removes impurities, supports our immune system, and with product B, it supports our telomeres and beefs up our enzyme defense system against oxidative stress. Who wouldn't want that as you're starting to get older? Who doesn't want youthful aging? You know, look at what's going on. Technology is great. Looking for facts, they're looking for peer validation. This study's a big deal, guys. I know a little bit about clinical research. To reiterate what Dr. Anderson was saying, this was well designed at a major research facility by a renowned researcher that's published, and the design was impeccable. And the results weren't just good, they kicked butt. I mean, I'm used to it. I mean, really, come on, they really were impressive. I'm used to looking at clinical research where one drug's trying to prove it's not inferior to another drug to get on market. I mean, the results in this were really impressive. They're nicely summarized for you in a flyer. And when you're talking to your physician, just ask him, do they have any patients that are looking for weight loss, and what is he currently doing? Would he be interested to see the results of a clinical study that was just done on a new nutritional, by a nutritional company, and see if he'll take a look at it? I think it would carry a lot of clout.
Thank you. Thank you.
People are going to drink caffeine. 80% of the population does it. You know, the energy shot market, I can't tell you how many young patients I have that are just guzzling these unhealthy energy drinks. There's been news articles about potential dangers of those energy drinks. Isagenix has come out with a natural, all-natural caffeine source, green tea, yerba mate, at an optimal caffeine dosage. 100 milligrams should not give you the shakiness, the jitteriness products. I've gotten to know Jim and Kathy Cooper. The one word I can think of is integrity. To a doctor, that's very, very important. If you're skeptical, go out and try the product yourself. When there's doubts, the best thing for doubts are results. And the only way to get results is to put these products into your body and see for yourself.
Thank you.